Hey, what's up? Mr. Doctor here. I'm pretty excited. I've done some things since I talked to you last, especially since I tried to stream any gameplay. So I now have an Elgato capture card, which is definitely making a big difference in terms of how things look and sound, I think, streaming for my iPad, which is pretty rad. I'm really excited about it. Um, so the goal here is to just take a bit of a look at Magic. I don't think I'm going to stream super long tonight, but I wanted to just get started with her a little bit and see what's up. It's pretty funny. I want to show you. So we've been through the server merge, and we now have what was formerly four servers on the one that I'm playing on Sakar. And Magic, of course, just came out in that patch. And if we go look at the elite rankings, we see that there are several people close to 1 million already. And definitely a number of folks who are over 100. So I don't know. I just don't know. Have y'all like been playing all night? Um, I'm impressed. I really am. Like, I expected some people to get pretty far with her today, but I didn't expect to see people at 1 million necessarily. Um, there, of course, are some strategies for leveling up. If you haven't been playing that long, one of the things to do is generally the advice is to skip the green side missions until you get to Midgardia because they just don't offer a lot of experience, the earlier ones. The trade-off to that is that you also lose out on getting some gold. And I'm definitely going to want to get kind of all the gold that I can. I have been saving up for her a lot, so I've got like 16 million gold, which I'm pretty happy with. But I think that I probably will play a lot of those early green missions. Um, so we'll see. It's probably going to take me a little bit longer to grind her up than it has some of these folks. Another thing that people do, of course, is they'll party up, right? So they'll have a party of like four people who are just trying to grind her as fast as they can, and certainly having people with you can help a lot with most of the missions. The only ones that it doesn't help with are the ones that take place in an instance by themselves. So those are the ones where you can't have a party at all. And I believe that those are all the ones where there's something that pops up, right? Like there's a screen that pops up before the mission starts. I think all of those take place in their own instance. So I can't bring people along for those, but that's not a lot of the missions. The vast majority you can grind out with a party. So I probably will not be doing that. I'm probably not going to be grinding with a party. I'm also, like I said, not going to be in a hurry. So I figure I'll stream here for like maybe half an hour, see where it goes. I do still have a bunch of stuff that I want to open up for her. I'm probably not going to do any of that tonight. I want to get a little further with her before I start playing with that stuff because it's just not really going to make a big difference to me to have um, super powerful costumes early on. The other thing I'm going to be doing is just kind of keeping an eye on what other people have to say about her because there definitely are people who are quite a bit ahead of me. I've heard some folks saying that the Xander costume is the best regional one for her. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at it yet. I don't know anything about her skills. So this is literally my first time really digging into her to see what I think. So here we go. I do have, of course, that 4-star costume for her. I think it was really, really cool that they did that. I thought it was pretty. Oh, excuse me. I think it's just a 3-star costume that they gave us all. But I thought that was pretty generous. Also, given everyone that new Spidey costume, even though it's only a 1-star. And yeah, like her early story especially, have not seen this at all, so I definitely want to play through this as opposed to skipping lots.
Yield before your queen, demon! Or not.
Yes.
You really should have listened to me. So, why didn't you? And what's it have to do with the mutant children that went missing?
So this is Limbo, which is kind of like hell, but not exactly.
Bye now.
Early part is probably not going to be super exciting in terms of the combat until I get a few skills unlocked. Also in my inventory I have a bunch of badges. Oops, I didn't mean to skip stuff. It's such a habit. But yeah, I have a bunch of badges from the blitzes. Like some level 20 and 30 and so on that I can equip on her at times while I'm leveling up. But nothing until level 20 I think, so I'll just be using the ones that are laying around. So we got a new skill.
Impossible. But when has that stopped me before?
Oh, I keep doing it. I'm so used to skipping everything I can.
Demons hurt our mutant kids, and they're going to have hell to pay.
This is very Magic, like protecting the kids and kicking people's asses. Really true to character.
Bye.
Alright. Go kick some demon butt.
Time to fight fire with hellfire.
Okay, the thing with the eyes is pretty cool. I'm digging that. Whoa.
Fun's over. Let's finish this up.
Alright, I want to take a break for a second here. Oh, I'm in a tutorial. I can't do that. Never mind. I wanted to grab her costume. Skills at least. Okay. charges twice and strikes twice. She releases magic to deal 203% damage. Oh, it's damage over time. That's cool. Not a ton of damage over time skills. I really like them. One of my favorite ones, and my favorite Black Widow skills is Sticky Bomb, which does a lot of damage. The giant Hydra thing is pretty cool. I really like that. Alright, we'll look at some more as we get them unlocked. So if you are familiar with Magik from the comic books, you probably know that she spent some time in a limbo when she was a child. And so when she's saying that she doesn't recognize things, that's because she's actually been here before. Yeah, sacrificing kids on the altar, not so good. I'm liking the limbo vibe. I think that it definitely fits. I could have seen her in the Dark Domain too, but I like that it's oh wow.
No, it's not too late.
Oh wow.
Not
this is cool.
Yet.
So this is the Demon Bear.
I'll get their soul. It's not going to be easy.
Which is super classic from the first New Mutants run, the original New Mutants comic. The Demon Bear Saga is probably one of the best mutant-related stories in the history of Marvel Comics. It's really amazing. So cool that they incorporated that. I'm definitely digging this so far. Why is he just sitting there and letting the pound on him? So we should not be autoing at this point. Actually a boss for her. It's going to be interesting because, you know, of my squad level, it's going to be a little bit easier to get through her things with her. Also, once I get to the point where I can use companions, that's going to make a big difference because I have Icarus unlocked, and that's really going to help. But I do, like I said, I do want to kind of take my time more and play through stuff with her as opposed to just kind of power leveling. Wow, I like the Demon Bear. Looks like one of those old grizzlies, you know, with the scars all over them and stuff. Pretty sweet.
You're awake.
Miss Ileana, you came for us.
Of course I did, little one. I will always watch over you. And now, The time has come to get you back home. Huh? If only there were still a home to return to. What do you mean? Who are you? Another you, from another place. Not every snowflake is as unique as you think. But sometimes, that's a good thing. I have no idea what you're talking about. It's not that hard, really. Countless of worlds have begun to disappear, including yours. Oh, that can't be right. You know it is. Even with all your power, you couldn't find the path back. There has to be another way. I can survive in Limbo, but these children, they deserve better. That's exactly what I've been fighting for. But just like these kids, I can't do it without you.
Hey, I see some folks have joined. Hello, I'm Mr. Doctor. I'm streaming some Marvel Future Revolution here, the new character Magik.
Like I told you,
Um,
Earths from different dimensions have been colliding, destroying each other. We put a stop to it, for now. But we need to find a more permanent solution. That's why we're recruiting people like you. People willing to fight for the dream of a better world. Welcome to Omega Flight, Ilyama. Welcome home.
I wonder which costume that is that the other Magik has on. I feel like it is probably the New Stark City one,
Welcome to Omega Flight
is my
HQ.
guess.
This is where we gather and manage information from every dimension to help us prevent another convergence.
Courtney is so friendly. She just has like the perkiest voice. Like the universe is falling apart, you know, but she's just here to help. Feel free to ask questions or anything in the chat if you want to know anything about the game. I can't say that I'm going to be able to answer any question, but I can always give you my hot takes. Oh, I want to see if I can equip her free costume that we got yet. So this is the 3-star costume that everyone got, which is pretty cool. I thought that was pretty generous of them. Oh, I like this one. This is very, very classic X-Men stuff. Very cool. One of the things I'm looking forward to the most is like unlocking a bunch of her costumes and seeing what they look like. So that one was New Stark City. I thought so. And what's the one I just put on? Music Arcana. Oh, that's kind of cool. Usually black is my color of choice, but God, I love that old school X-Men look. So we'll be rocking that for a little bit, I think. I don't want to open too much stuff tonight, but I really do want to see if I can get a few more of her costumes unlocked. So yeah, I've been kind of hoarding a bunch of stuff for her. I don't want to go too crazy right away, but I've got a whole bunch of the 1 to 3-star costume boxes. So I'm just gonna pop some of those open and let's see what we get. I'm planning on doing some whaling with her too, probably. So some of the other things I've been saving up, I've got, oops, in squad storage, what am I doing? Got a whole bunch of like Omega card and costume draw tickets. So I'm definitely going to be doing a bunch of pulls with those, and I have been like saving up a bunch of crystals. Something I will do later on that I don't think I'm going to mess with tonight is go and look at the store and see what these new offers look like that we've gotten. Um, oh, I like that blonde. It would be kind of nice if her looks are more mix and match. Some of the characters you kind of have to have the matching stuff for it to work. Like Iron Man is very much that way. They made it sound like the swords would be fairly interchangeable. Oh, wow, look at that. So her gloves don't even change color. It's literally just the sword. So they're completely interchangeable. Oh, wow, I have to say, that is even better than I had hoped for. Super, super cool. Let's see what else we got. Heroic Age. That was the hair I like to think. I do have some regional boxes that I'm going to open at some point later on too, and some Spec Ops boxes that might have regional gear in them as well. So and I've got a whole stack of another 100 of those 1 to 3 star costumes. So we'll keep messing around with her and kind of wailing away as we go. I think I'm going to go for the super blonde hair for her right now and save that as one of my favorites. Oh, and one thing I definitely want to do is max out her inventory, because I'm gonna be doing so much stuff that I'm gonna want lots of space. I also will start like leveling up, so I'm crunching some of these costumes up later on at some point, probably tomorrow. I've got a bunch of Convergium as well. So yeah, I think this is gonna be a lot of fun. I'm definitely digging her so far. I've been hearing good things from other people too. Let's see about the swords. If there's one that I like better with this outfit. Maybe the big yellow one. Let's go with that for now. Okay. I'm gonna literally be like Barbie dolling her like all weekend on different costumes and stuff. I know it's gonna be a big activity for me. Hello to folks watching the stream. Feel free to say hi in the chat, ask questions, anything like that if you have any.
Stop by anytime.
I'm brand new to her character, and I have not
I
been.
finally found a problem that I can't solve with science alone.
I've not been
Sure, by now you're aware of the convergence,
like
correct?
kind of prepping myself, you know. Like there were people streaming earlier today, and I was tempted to kind of watch them, but I figured that I would wait and kind of get the experience fresh myself of playing her. Now we're going to be getting into the stuff where it's no longer her unique story.
New Stark City.
The stuff that I have
My
already
ultimate creation.
been through so many times.
So, I'm guessing Hank already explained our world's situation to you in detail, right?
So I'll probably be doing a little bit more skipping right now. So on this account, I have, this is my 9th character, plus I have a whole separate account that I think I've unlocked like 5 characters. So literally some of these missions I've done
Let's do this
like
again sometime.
14 times at this point. So yeah, not
So,
not looking
how's
to
it feel to get drafted into the most dangerous mission in the universe?
hear all this dialogue again. I think at some point I probably will unlock her on my other account, which is I can't technically say it's free to play because I have spent a little bit on that account, but it's pretty cheap to play. I've not spent much, especially compared to this account. So yeah, whole bunch of Magics running around. I expect
Time
we're
for
gonna
you to
see
say hello to your
a
new
lot
best
of that
Catch you
in
later.
the next few weeks,
Reconnecting to network infrastructure.
especially
Huh,
if she
that's
turns out
odd.
to be
I should have listened to my command.
like really, really powerful. That's been my sort of guess, is that she would be really good. I've mentioned this in previous streams, but my theory is because it took them so long to get her out, and they knew that people were pissed, right? They knew that people have been waiting on her for literally months now and have been kind of upset that I don't think people were upset as much that she wasn't coming out. It was more that there was like zero communication about when she would actually come out, which I think was the real problem. And so, so I think they know that people have been very upset and impatient about this stuff. And so my theory has been that
About the good work.
she has to be good, right? She has to be one of the better characters because they know how badly people have been waiting to play her. So if they threw her out and she was just really weak, really underpowered, people would be up in arms. And so it's pretty, I think a pretty good theory that she's gonna be one of the top players, one of the top characters in the game, if not the top one.
Be careful out there.
And if that's the case, you're gonna see a
I've
whole
been
bunch of
expecting
people
you.
playing her. I want to see. I haven't looked yet to see if they updated the. There's a really good spreadsheet out there for the different characters for their costumes and like which vendors sell which ones. And so I'm not sure if.
Good luck.
I have a feeling it's probably not been updated yet. But if you're not like super experienced with the game, you might not know that like the vendors sell, a bunch of these different costumes, and they're pretty expensive. I think it usually costs like 240K worth of gold to buy the whole set. The pieces are like 60,000 a piece. But you do at least get like the 50 crystals for like, collecting a costume set of a specific like color. So I might just buy this modern one. Well, I probably shouldn't. I should wait because I still have so many of those other boxes and stuff to pop open later on. It probably doesn't make any sense to be buying costumes just to unlock them at this point. Okay, to the particle lab. I'm probably just gonna play her for like maybe an hour here tonight on stream, and then I'm gonna be streaming on and off for the next few days.
Was broken?
So
Okay, bye.
I actually took tomorrow and Friday off of work because I was so excited to play her, and so I'll be streaming a bunch on and off like over the whole like 4-day weekend probably, as I'm like playing her and unlocking stuff. I'm not gonna like stream the whole time. I'm not gonna like stream like 12 hours tomorrow or anything, but I'll definitely throw in some streams during the day, and I'll be you know, especially like the times that I'm unlocking stuff. I will save all that activity for when I'm actually on that thing, so that folks can see. And I've started uploading some stuff to YouTube, so I'm probably gonna take these videos and throw them up on YouTube later on, or some of them at least. And from what I understand, these big long gameplay videos from streams don't really do so well. People don't tend to watch them on YouTube as much. As they do like a 5-minute hand video about some gameplay or whatever.
Initiating self-destruct sequence.
I'm pretty excited too about a lot of the other changes in the game that came with this patch, or with this update. The Omega card sets and the companion sets are really
Didn't I
nice.
tell you something like this would happen?
I guess
Move along
preset would be a better way to put it than set. So if you haven't seen, you now can have these actual presets, so just like you do with costumes and badges, and there's a separate one for companions too on the companion screen. So super nice. This is one of those things that people wanted for ages. Like I think maybe at first they envisioned people just having like one set of cards that they use for everything, but it's a huge advantage to specialize more. And so,
Okay. The generator.
so for like costumes on my main, I have 3 different sets. I have one specific for PvE, I have one for Dimension Duel, and one for Omega War for like costumes and badges. But I don't, or no, sorry, no, I misspoke. I'm actually talking about skills. So I have different skill sets for all 3 of those things. But for Omega cards on my main anyway, I really only have 2. I really only have a PvP set of cards and a PvE set of cards, and I don't get specific between like Omega War and Dimension Duel. But you could potentially do that, or maybe have a set for like, you know,
Well,
killing
the good news
bosses
is that-
specifically, as opposed to, you know, just doing PvE against the normal villains. I do actually have on my main, I do actually have some villain cards, and I don't use those often, but I use them once in a while, like when I'm like grinding or farming or something like that. So maybe it would make sense to have like a boss killing, you know, set of cards, and then one that's just more like kind of general PvE. I don't know. Have to see. But it's nice that they added that. Alright, so I got first 4 skills unlocked. So let's see what we got. I think they might be the same since I looked the last time. No, this one is new. So this is jabbing the sword forward for 306 damage. It does have knockback, but not super exciting. I'm sure that the more powerful ones will be better. Oh, so I'm getting a bonus already. So this costume that I have equipped gives me a bonus on this skill, on the one with the Hydra. So that's pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and level these up. So one of the things kind of strategically with like leveling up alts that people tend to do is they don't unlock like every one of these like sub skills, and they don't, you know, there's some skills they know they're never going to use, and they won't, you know, either they'll just only, you know, they'll leave it so only the first one is unlocked, or maybe they'll unlock like I might unlock Limbo Slash but not the other two. With her, I'm kind of treating her like she's gonna be my new main, even though I'm not 100% sure of that. So I'm probably gonna go ahead and just literally like unlock every skill as I'm like leveling her up, just so I can see how they work and play with any of them that I want to. While she's cranking away on these Ultrons, I'm curious about one other thing in the rankings. Curious how our alliance is doing so far. Okay, so this is about what I would expect. So we had been number 1 before on the server on Sakar, and Endgame was behind us, and this top one, SV2, we've been playing against them a lot in different game modes, but they were on a separate server. So now that we've all merged together, not surprising to me that they're the top dogs. It's gonna be weird having them on the same server, because we talk a lot of smack about them internally, like on the server, in the world chat and stuff. So it's gonna be pretty funny to have them like actually on the server. I wonder how much smack talking there's gonna be. We'll see. So some of the other things that came in the update, if you haven't seen, besides the new Spider-Man costume, there's some new companions. So there's a new Spider-Man companion, which is interesting because I think that's the first companion that's actually a character in the game already. So that was an interesting choice when there are so many other characters in the Marvel Universe. But of course, there is a Spider-Man movie coming out, and if you know how these games work, they almost are always going to do movie tie-ins when big movies release. So I wonder how this thing with John Winnick is going to work out. He seems like a nice guy. Seems like he's really smart and a good businessman. I bet that he's going to make it big. Oh no, it's all gone. He could have been rich and famous. Magik is just like GTFO. That is awesome. I'm sure I've read that dialogue like 20 times, but it hit me as really funny this time. By the way, if you're leveling up, and you do that method where you skip the green missions, I still would do the yellow ones that come up, because they do unlock costumes a lot of the time.
I found a thread in the Ultron's programming that can be altered with a teeny tiny virus.
The other thing too is that if you do that method where you skip all of the green missions until Midgard, Midgardia, go back and do them later on, because there are some good things that you can get, and the biggest one is probably the squad power materials. A lot of those green missions give some of the squad power materials that you can use to rank up those 3 different squad powers, and it's really good to go back and get those later. For me, I think I've done that for at least a few of my characters, and you know, once you get to the point where you actually are in Midgardia, like going back and doing these early missions doesn't take long. You can just kind of roll through them pretty quickly. With my main, with my Black Widow, I actually just did that like maybe about a month ago or less. I went back and picked up all of that stuff. So she was at that point like level 110, you know, really, really powerful. And I was like, I'm just gonna go back and clear all these off the map. So many magics running around. I mean, it makes sense too because these areas that I'm in right now are the ones, you know, for lower level characters. So there are going to be some new players, you know, and people who just happen to be like leveling up a different alt and maybe aren't excited about magic. We'll be seeing a lot of magics along the way. I know when I was looking at our alliance listing earlier, like there were a whole bunch of magic space in the list. So yeah. I think she's gonna be really fun.
Not out of the wood.
Now we're talking.
So I think I'm probably going to wrap this up pretty soon. I feel like I'm getting to a less interesting period of the grind. Once I get to like maybe level 20 and can start throwing some different badges on her and stuff, it'll get more fun. I'm also going to, like I said, I've got a whole bunch of different stuff to unlock, and I'm not going to do that until tomorrow. So I'll probably wrap this up pretty soon and get back to it tomorrow morning and through the day. If you, again, have any questions or anything, I'm here for just a few more minutes. So like hit me up in the chat if there's anything you want to ask me about in terms of the game. So we do have one more new skill. So we could take a look at that real quick. So we knew about that one. This is the new one. Oh, so that's cool. So it decreases movement speed. And then soon we'll start unlocking some of the additional skills. Also, if you have questions about, especially Black Widow, she's my main and I've been playing her really heavily. She's kind of my main on both accounts that I have. So her especially, I'm happy to answer questions about too. I would not call myself the biggest Black Widow expert in the world, but definitely have a lot of experience with her. Okay, let's get through this Ultron mission maybe.
Full potential,
and then I
Father.
might wrap up the
But
stream for the
now
night.
I shall show you.
Let the doctor go. Now!
Once
But
the
I'm the
Vision
doctor.
is freed from his enslavement, he will be the key in unlocking the future for man and machine alike. Any who stand in the way of our evolution must be deleted. You will join my
I
revolution.
bet you can auto
There
this,
is no alternative.
but I guess that's not so fun.
I have witnessed.
Wow, that was quick.
And make sure to double check the inventory. hang on. I gotta go deal with a thing. Be back in a sec. Finally, you're here! I've been waiting forever.
He's so friendly.
Yo, you gotta check out what I made for you. You're gonna love this.
Backpack.
You thought
Looks like a
you were the
designer
only one
backpack.
keeping busy? This right here is what I call the costume combiner. It's powered by Convergium. Pretty sick, right? This bad boy will let you customize your uniform in all kinds of rad ways.
It is
Check
really
it.
sick.
I already tested it out on my clothes. I mean, results may vary.
All right. All right, I think I'm gonna hop off here. So thanks for watching along. It's been fun to start getting into her a little bit, like playing around and seeing what she's like, but pretty early yet to say too much. I'm probably gonna play a little bit more before bed, but just relax in front of my TV, and then I'm guessing I'll probably be online tomorrow at like 10 or 11 Pacific time maybe, and be streaming on and off like through the day. So if you're interested in seeing more, do give me a follow here, so you know when it is that I show up. I probably should set up a Twitter too, and do the integration thing so it just tweets for me when I go online as well. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. But anyway, thanks for watching. It's fun to kind of share this with some people while I play, and I'll be back around tomorrow. All right, bye bye.